Okay, so now I want to move into Mars, and mostly we're going to be talking about the next mission, but as always, I want to give you a quick update on the two Rover missions. So I think at our last meeting, we had celebrated the 5,000th day of opportunity since landing, and things are continuing to proceed. So just the usual reminder of where opportunity is. They're on the rim of this 20-kilometer diameter impact crater, and they've been spending about the last year and a half now examining what's called Marathon Valley. And a closer up view of this is Marathon Valley, is there's lots of evidence that this was a flow of water down into the interior of the crater. So this is the rim of the crater. So this is high, this is low on the interior, and this is the path they've been following to slowly climb down that channel. And this is just sort of a 3D view. And this was actually, multiple months ago. Right now they're down in this vicinity. And so the one thing that they've done in the last month is, for the first time in about half a year, they've actually reached out and drilled into a rock. And so this is a microscope, or microscopic imager view of that drill hole, and it's about the size of a, if you remember how big a 50-cent piece is, that's about the diameter here. And so they have been spending some time examining this particular rock. This area that they're in, they think that a lot of the rocks have signatures of clay minerals, which would indicate water interacting with the rocks. So this was the first time they've actually attempted to grind away the weathered exterior of the rock and examine a little bit deeper. So there's that, and this is the area that they're in right now. And this structure here, their suspicion is this is sort of a streamlined island, for lack of a better word, where as the water flows downhill, if there's a high point or a ridge, then it erodes the material around the edges of that and forms sort of a teardrop structure pointed downhill. And so they're spending time now trying to examine this, and in particular they want to get over to these rocks and examine them up close. And here's a closer up view of those. But the slope that they're on is actually slightly too steep for the rover to comfortably climb. They're actually downslope of these rocks. And just a week or so ago, they tried climbing, and they should have driven about 10 meters or so, and in fact the wheels just kept spinning, and they made about 2.5 meters of progress. So they're now examining if there's a more circuitous route that they can take to come in from the other side of these rocks, and so that's what they're proceeding to do. And this is I think one of the most recent views of where they are. So here's that teardropped island in quotes. So this is the recap. It's day 5068. They've driven a little over 45 kilometers and returned about 227,000 images so far.